This is Josiah Plays Elder Scrolls Online. And in this particular video, I would be beginning the Dark Brotherhood quest line. This is my character, Ashes in the Wind, Wood Elf Nightblade. Very sneaky, uses a great sword and a bow, and likes to do lots of sneaky stealing and murdering stuff. So we're about to start the Dark Brotherhood questline, which begins right here with Amelie Crow. And we'll go join the Dark Brotherhood, and it'll be awesome. So here we go.
This place is nice, but it's not a home. It feels like I'm hiding down here. People like us, we need powerful friends if we're gonna make it in this world.
It looks like she's had a terrible accident. People like us?
Don't play coy. I see it in your eyes. You've killed people. Or you will. You've got the same urges as I do. Just between us, I hear the Dark Brotherhood is recruiting for some new blood. I'm gonna try my best to get their attention.
Dark Brotherhood.
You never heard of Tamriel's most elite guild of assassins? Rumor has it that if you take an innocent life and they notice, they'll offer you a place in the Dark Brotherhood. There, killers are free to pursue their true passion. Think about it.
Thanks for the information.
Word of advice. Urges aside, the Dark Brotherhood prefers to keep a low profile. Just remember, kill an innocent, get noticed. My sources say they're recruiting in Anvil, on the Gold Coast. I'll be at the docks there if you want to talk some more.
Why do you think Anvil is the place to get noticed?
I'm not one to reveal my sources, but Fat Grakal told me that he overheard Seaworthy Sarala say that there have been some mysterious murders committed on the Gold Coast. To me, nothing says Dark Brotherhood like mysterious murders.
Okay, hold on. She says, I'm not one to reveal my sources, and then immediately, in the same sentence, separated by not but a comma, she reveals her sources. Like, that's not even in a separate sentence. We didn't even get a period after not one to reveal my sources. You would think she might say a couple of other things in between, you know, to kind of pad it out, and then just, but I'm a fat girl. But no. You guys no fucks. Alright, you're not, I can see. You're the fucking picture of discretion.
Why do you think the Dark Brotherhood is looking for recruits?
Oh, I got that from Margog the Hammer. Buy him a couple of ales and he spouts secrets like a bard spouts poetry. Just the other day, he told me that his cousin Crus killed a baker in Anvil. He received a mysterious visit that very night.
Once again, not revealing sources. Assassinator? I don't think she's Dark Brotherhood caliber. I know, right?
A mysterious visit?
You really don't know anything about the Brotherhood, do you? If they decide you're worthy enough to receive an invitation, one of their dark dignitaries shows up to deliver the news in person. It's kind of creepy, but it's also a singular honor.
How do you know so much about a secret organization of assassins?
That's one of the best things about the Dark Brotherhood. It hides in plain sight. No one knows where its headquarters is or how many members it has, yet you can go into any library and read a book about them. It's brilliant, really.
Read a book about the Dark Brotherhood?
Quite a few, actually. My favorite is The Night Mother's Truth. It describes the origins of the Brotherhood, although it might all be theory and conjecture. But forget the books. Everyone knows the Brotherhood exists, and most people fear them.
Some people just won't go near them. The Night Mother's Truth, huh?
What are the benefits of joining a group like that?
Fellowship, safety, and security, to name just a few. I understand there's also a steady flow of gold from all the contracts. And you get to kill people. Can you imagine a better guild to belong to? Better than picking pockets, if you ask me.
Yeah, picking pockets is pretty cool. Okay, getting paid to kill people sounds alright.
So, you just want me to walk up and kill a random person in cold blood?
I don't want you to do anything. I'm just providing information. Letting you know that new opportunities are available if you're willing to spill a little blood.
You're rather open and nonchalant about all this.
Don't take my willingness to help out as a sign or anything. I recognized a kindred spirit and suggested a way to satisfy your darkest urges. They'll get you killed if you don't keep them under control. And if you don't find the right allies.
I've killed before. Why hasn't the Dark Brotherhood contacted me already?
Hey, I don't know exactly how they select new recruits. I'm just telling you what I've heard. Maybe you just need to be in the right place at the right time. Like Anvil. Of course, I've also heard they have eyes everywhere, so what do I know?
Haven't I already asked this?
That's one of the best things about the Dark, quite a few,
Yeah.
actually. Fellowship, safety, and security, to name just a few.
Goodbye.
I understand there's also a step.
Alright, we now have our quest. Voices in the Dark. Let's get this minimized.
Rumors abound that the Dark Brotherhood, assassins of legend, are on the lookout for members worthy to wield their killing blade. This might be why so many innocents have been murdered of late. It seems that the best way to get the attention of the Dark Brotherhood is to kill an innocent person in cold blood. If I'm going to do this, I should go to Anvil on the Gold Coast and see if they think I'm worthy to join them.
I need to go to Anvil and kill an innocent. Aight. There it is, you can call her out on it. Let's do this. It's time.
No, I
Certainly.
understand. If you change your mind, I'll be here.
Certainly not talking to Quen. That's who I'm not talking to. Saito, who isn't here. We're gonna go to Anvil. Oh, her being nonchalant. Yeah. Her being, we're gonna go to Anvil, which is actually one of the towns that was in the game Oblivion. And was never in Elder Scrolls Online until they released the Dark Brotherhood DLC. Which I get access to for free as a, what do you call it? ESO Plus member. So, Gold Coast. Hey, that's convenient. It's right there. That's what I'm talking about. Just gonna run fast. We go, ha! Is there a, oh, there's not a captain or somebody I have to talk to. I just jump on the boat and, well, we might as well steal from the boat, right? I mean, if there's anything like a pouch of candied gore apples. I happen to know that pouches of candied gore apples so well. Just quickly check and see if there's a treasure chest on any of these boats. There's not. Alright, here we go. We're taking a boat to the Gold Coast. I have never been to the Gold Coast. Here we go. Apparently you have some boating experience. Sailing, whatever, yeah. I guess. The Gold Coast. Always served as the Empire of Cyrodiil's gateway to the Abyssinian Sea. But with the Empire in collapse, or eclipse rather, The region has gone its own way. Region's going their own way. Okay. Looks like a cool place. Looks like a cool place. Assassin added to personalities. What does that mean? I've discovered Anvil. I've got an achievement just for showing up at the Gold Coast. Alright. Let's see what we got going here. So this is Anvil, which is a small part of the whole Gold Coast. There's also Kvatch. And there's whatever's going on down here on all these little islands and stuff. Anvil. The Razor Bill. Kill an innocent. Anvil Lighthouse. So do I just pick any rando person and murder them? Is that how this works, I guess? I can do that. Oh, here's Amelie Crow. Hold on. Oh, you know what I was gonna check? I'm gonna see if I had anything about the Night Mother. There it is! That's the book! That's the very book she was talking about. I was gonna see if I had that book or any similar book. Well, obviously we need to read this, because it's the book about the thing. Real estate prices better be pretty cheap in Anvil? Why do you say that? Because people are just randomly getting murdered? By Gaston Belafort, The Night Mother's Truth. Although various works have been written on the subjects of both Morrowind's Morag Tong and Tamriel's more widespread Dark Brotherhood, there remains confusion as to precisely when and how these two feared assassins' guilds formed. Why isn't there an apostrophe in assassins? Or, more specifically, when and how the Dark Brotherhood split from the Morag Tong, as the former is widely accepted to have sprung from the latter. The largest point of contention seems to be the figure of the Night Mother, a woman who figures prominently in both organizations. Through extensive research and interviews, and not inconsiderable risk to my own life, for the Dark Brotherhood holds this information sacred, I have finally solved this ages-old mystery. I have finally uncovered the Night Mother's truth. Sounds good. Although her name has been lost to time, the Night Mother was once a mere mortal, a dark elf woman who lived in a small village once located where the city of Bravel stands now, in the imperial province of Cyrodiil. She was a respected member of the Morag Tong, and, like her fellow members, this woman made her trade as an assassin in service to the Daedric prince Mephala. In fact, the woman held the title of Night Mother, reserved for the highest-ranking female member of the organization. To be Night Mother of a particular sect was to be that group's matron, the favored of Mephala, both respected and feared. However, it was not Mephala who facilitated the transformation from woman to spectre, but another, some would say far deeper form of evil. Sithis, the Dread Lord, embodiment of the unending void. Following the potentate's assassination in Second Era 324, strife descended upon the Morag Tong, and the guild was all but eradicated in Cyrodiil and much of the Empire. It was shortly after these events that the Dunmer woman claimed to hear the voice of Sithis himself. The Dread Lord, she claimed, was displeased. He was unhappy with the Morag Tong's lack of success. The Void, he told her, was hungry for souls, and it was her destiny to set things right. And so, according to Dark Brotherhood legend, Sithis visited the Night Mother in her bedchamber and begat her 5 children, Okay, wait. Sithis begat her 5 children? I thought begat meant to give birth to. Does begat mean to father children? I just want to know who gave birth to the children. Was it Sithis or was it the Night Mother? Begat. I guess begat does mean follow, because like when they use in the Bible, and they say blah 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 dude begat blah 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 dude, and other blah 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 dude begat other blah 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 dude, they're always talking about men begatting other men. So that must mean to father a child, not to birth a child. Just sounds weird, begat her 5 children. 2 years passed before the unthinkable happened. The Dark Elf woman followed through with the Dread Lord's ultimate plan. One night, she murdered her children and sent their souls straight to the void. Straight to their father. Dun dun dun! So the Night Mother, not a really good mother, actually, as it turns out. Kind of a bad mom. When they learned of this affront to decency, the people of the village rallied against the woman. For such an act was considered incomprehensible, even for a Night Mother of the Morag Tong. In one night of vengeance, they descended upon the woman, killing her and burning down the house in which the atrocity took place. And that was the end of the story. Or so everyone thought. A little more than 30 years later, an unnamed man... That's weird that this man had never been named. An unnamed man heard a strange, comforting voice inside his very head. Just as the Dunmer woman claimed to hear the voice of Sithis inside hers. The voice identified herself as the Night Mother, and named the man Listener, the first of many. Oh, he finally got a name. That was a nice little story arc there within one paragraph. The story of how the Listener got his name. And so, the unholy matron set her servant on his path. He would found a new organization, a guild of assassins known as the Dark Brotherhood, in service not to Mephala, but to the dread Lord Sithis. The Morag Tong, now surviving only in Morrowind, was an artifact of a forgotten age. The Dark Brotherhood would marry business with death. The organization would grow in wealth and power, and the void would swell with fresh souls. It was, the Night Mother told her listener, the perfect arrangement. In the early days of the Dark Brotherhood, the bodies of the Night Mother and her children were recovered from their original burial site and interred in a crypt beneath the site of her house. And there they remain, even today. So if, in your travels, you find yourself in the city of Bravel and make a wish at the statue of the lucky old lady, as is the local custom, know that you stand on sacred, if evil, ground, for you stand above the Night Mother, the unholy matron herself, and your luck has just run out. Dun dun dun! Wow, that's pretty hardcore. Okay. That is pretty hardcore. Have anything else about the Night Mother? The Ivory Lord? Don't care. The Dark Husband? Oh, this looks relevant. Let's read this. The Dark Husband. Like Secunda follows Masser, Sithis follows the Night Mother. Her husband pursues, but she seldom pauses, leaving him eternally in shadow. Sithis has many names and many parents, or none at all. But his fangs, the fangs of Sithis, still bite. They take particular pleasure in envenoming the weak. Envenoming? The weak-minded, the foolish, the greedy, or the headstrong, but the fangs can destroy the powerful and the wise as well. Beware those born under the shadow, and all those who seek to use its power. The downfall of our ancestors is tied to the fangs of Sithis, and our scales remain darkened by his touch. Alright, wow. Alright, we're not going to read any more books. Except for this book right here that's glowing on this thing. Obviously, we're going to read that, probably. Let's see. That's a set you have, Night Mothers? I think mine is called Night Silence, actually. Yeah, it's Night Silence. Not Night... There is a set called Night Mothers, but that's not exactly the one that I have. What's next? The Evening Children? Hey, Scum Save, welcome back. How you doing? No, but one thing, it said the sign of the shadow, right? Look at me. Active effects, boon, the shadow. I've got the boon of the Shadow Mundus stone on me. So I am one under the effects of the shadow. Will that make me more deadly? Well, mathematically, yes, it will make me more deadly. But thematically, also make me more deadly. Alright, we're gonna read The Butcher of Bravel. Maybe. Alright, this looks like it's probably gonna be relevant. So we're gonna read it. The Journal of Captain Jenna Apinia. I've been called a lot of things during my career. I've received accolades from my friends and allies. Been browned? I've been browned! I don't know how, but I just keep ending up brown. Everything I own, brown. I just keep getting browned all the time. They just keep throwing buckets of brown paint on me everywhere I go. Alright, let's back it up, Josiah. Let's start again. I've been called a lot of things during my career. I've received accolades from my friends and allies, been branded with curses and other foul descriptors by my enemies, but no title has been more hurtful and undeserved than the one I carry with me now, the one I'll most likely carry with me to my grave. They call me the Butcher of Bravel. The war in Cyrodiil was in full swing when suddenly a new danger appeared to threaten Imperial City. My soldiers were enjoying a much-deserved break from battle when chains fell from the sky. Some claimed one of the alliances had called upon strange and deadly magic to harass Imperial City, while others were sure that one Daedric prince or another was behind this latest indignation. For my part, I didn't care if it was Queen Aerin or Molag Bal. I just knew I had to get the soldiers under my charge right away. Soldiers under my charge away from there as quickly as possible. The goal before me was simple. Survive. Not die trying to defend the Imperial City from an enemy we didn't understand. It was to live, to fight another day when victory was more assured. Some call me coward. Yeah, that's what you call people who are a coward. Which is what you are. Some call me coward for running as I did, but I saved a full legion's worth of soldiers with my actions. Okay, you saved some other people, maybe you weren't a coward. Of course, fleeing from the city as quickly as we did, we were ill-prepared for surviving in the wilds beyond the city walls. We needed to regroup, resupply, and determine a prudent course of action. With these things in mind, I ordered my legion to head south and away from the city. Bravel is a squalid little town south of the Imperial City, located on the banks of the Niben Bay. To say that Bravel is a poor town is an understatement. The people there would be happy to be risen to that economic level. They lived in wooden shacks, stacked one atop the other like skeevers in a burrow. They didn't have much, but what they did have was desperately needed by me and my legion. Oh, I'm sensing a dick move coming up. These people were super fucking poor, so we took what they had. It was their duty to aid us. Oh, eat a dick. For the welfare and glory of the Empire. This is why I hate empires, because they think they just own everything and they have the right to take whatever they want. I've had this argument with Saito many a time. It's my position that empires are inherently evil. In so much as evil exists, which I don't really think it does, but in so much as we use the word evil to mean something. I think empires are evil because they aggress against people who aren't doing anything. They take from people who aren't doing anything just for the quote-unquote glory of their empire, which is some bullshit. Fuck empires. I explained that quite succinctly to Bravel's mayor, and Bravel's mayor graciously refused my request. The food stores we have, pitiful though they may be, are vital to the survival of Bravel and its people, he explained. Surely you understand why I must say no, Captain, and humbly ask that you and your soldiers move on, as any reasonable person would do. Now let's see what unreasonable Imperial shit they do. To say that the man infuriated me is like saying that the Scald King is only a slightly drunk fool. But I understood his dilemma. If I took the town's food supply, he'd have to watch as half his citizens slowly died of starvation as the cold of winter settled over the town and the surrounding area. The solution was simple, though it grieved me to give the order. My soldiers would have to eliminate half the town's population. What? That's the plan? We're not just gonna take all your food. We're gonna murder half the people in this town and take all your food. So have fun with that, folks. For the glory of the Empire! Alright. That would give the remaining citizens a chance to scrounge up enough food to make it through the winter. Here I thought I was helping these pathetic creatures, but did they thank it? Fuck you! Whoever this person is, I hope I get a chance to kill her. I will murder a motherfucker. Did they thank us? No! The rest of the town rose up against us. In the end, we were forced to slaughter a good deal more than half, including the mayor, whom I hold responsible. You know who is responsible for this situation? You. How about you just, you know, not run away from battle? Here's the fucking thing here, right? Like, I'm gonna break this down for you. This motherfucker is talking about how they are owed this food and support because the Legion is so important, because the Legion, it's everybody's duty to support the Legion this, the Legion last. But the Legion's fucking job is to fight against the enemies of the Empire, and all they did just now was run the fuck away. So they run the fuck away, and then they decide, well, we were too weak to fight against the real enemies, so let's butcher some villagers and steal their food. I'm not... See, this is more evidence that supports my point of view that the Empire sucks. And yet, you get Saito in here, he'll start talking about how the Empire is great. Anyway. Did they thank us? No, we had to kill more. I blame the mayor for this entire situation. Of course you do. We gathered up the supplies, as well as a number of valuable items to help finance our efforts, and took our leave of Bravel. It was a few days later, when we approached another small settlement, that I discovered that word of what happened at Bravel had begun to spread, and the story had grown all out of proportion. No, I think the story had stayed directly in actual proportion. They were calling me the Butcher of Bravel, because you butchered Bravel. I mean, this is a nickname that was well deserved. Regarding me as a sort of villain, because you're a villain, who went out of her way to kill innocent civilians, because you did. They know nothing about war and the hard decisions that a commander must make in the field. Would they rather my soldiers starved? Yes. How would we protect them? You weren't How would we protect them? You murdered them! Which would have been better? Soldiers starve and the villagers are possibly not protected from some possible threat, or soldiers just straight up kill the villagers? I mean, the logic here is fucking outlandish. How would we protect them and defend Cyrodiil then? It also came to my attention that Queen Iron had sent one of her damned eyes to track me down, recover the items we acquired, and make me pay for my so-called war crime. Why is it that war criminals always are like, I didn't commit war crimes, I can't believe they call this a war crime? They call it a war crime because it's a crime that happens in war. I sent the bulk of my legion back to rendezvous with the rest of the army outside the Imperial City. Meanwhile, I took a small squad and made for the Gold Coast, which is where we are. I would face the Queen's Eye in a place of my own choosing. Then we'll see whose justice actually prevails. I really hope they're setting this up for me to fight her and her men. Because I will fucking wreck this person. I will sneak up behind you and I will backstab you with a very large sword. Maybe that'll be a possibility. I don't know. Yes, it was a glowy book. It was there for a reason. Where the hell is Bravel? This is Anvil, which I'm pretty sure is not the same thing as Bravel. That's Kvatch. Is Bravel... Brolka... No, this isn't the Imperial. Here's Cyrodiil. Is Bravel in here? I don't know where Bravel would be. But it doesn't matter, because she's no longer in Bravel. She's here in the Gold Coast where we are, so... So we can meet her! And express our disapproval with the sword! Did you just say the sword, Josiah? Yes, I did. Oh, I want that. Hold on. An outdated map of Tamriel. It was drawn before the Alliance War began, however it still accurately depicts geography and distance. Well, can I look on my map and see where the fuck Bravel is? Anyway, let's talk to Amelie Crow again.
Word of advice. Urges aside, the Dark Brotherhood prefers to keep a low profile. Just remember, kill an innocent, get noticed. My sources say that recruiting is happening here in Anvil. I'll be at the docks if you want to talk some more.
We've already asked all these questions. Alright, I guess we just gotta go murder somebody. I'd like to go murder an Imperial now. I'm pissed at the Imperials. People with bears everywhere. Alright. Well... Do I have that way shrine? Apparently I do. I need to go find like a house. So I'm not just murdering somebody out in the street, but I'm murdering somebody in a house. You know, no witnesses and so forth. Ooh, what do we have over here? Is that a thieves' cache? Because it kind of looks like one. Thieves' trove. Aw, somebody already took the good shit out of there. And just left 3 lockpicks. 3 stolen lockpicks. Wonder what all these buildings are. Alright, well that's a... Each side brokers. That's Wero Wares. What do we have here? This could be a house. It is. I need to break in. Hold on. Is there a back door or something? There's not a back door. Who's this? She's an outlaw. Okay. One of my peoples. Alright, can I... Is any guard gonna walk by? Doesn't look like it. Come on. Come on! Alright, I'm in. Well, I'm in somebody's house, but it doesn't look like there's any... Oh, there is. Larinar. I don't know who you are, but you're probably gonna get murdered, I'm just saying. Probably gonna... I really want to know if I can...
linger where you don't belong.
Can I talk to her? No? Okay. Gonna do this? Am I gonna murder this person right now? No, no, don't turn around.
Tried that, but got
Damn
caught.
it.
You will too.
Wait, she's like a fellow rogue? She looks kind of roguely. I don't even know if I can attack without turning off. I've got like a setting. Prevent attacking innocents. Turn that off. Alright, I guess we're gonna do it. Did it! I'm a murderer. I just got the achievement murder. Oh, she had 100 gold thing on her. A tightly stitched inflatable bladder. Maiden's breath has been branded onto the side. I hate how you get a bounty for murdering somebody when there's no witnesses. Because the theory goes like, okay, the person you were killing is the witness. And they give you a bounty because they witnessed you attacking them. But now they're dead. She hasn't had time to go tell anybody. She's dead. How could she possibly be the witness? But that's just how it works. Yeah, I know the guards. I have to avoid the guards for a while. I just need to go to the refuge and pay off my. Oh, she's got a lot of stuff in here. A signed, sloppily illustrated card depicting someone of indeterminate race and gender. A forger might find use for this. Forgers! Forgers have use for a lot of things, we've learned, by stealing stuff. Half the stuff you steal mentions how good it would be for a forger. I don't really need to be hidden. Nobody's gonna see me steal now. Nobody's gonna see me steal now. Now that I've murdered the only inhabitant. Come on. Ooh, lots of good stuff. Those forgers, right? I got an indistinct marble bust. This marble bust appears to be of a bald elf. The features are too generic to make out who it is. And a silver serving platter. Silver filigreed serving plate used for serving meat and cheeses. It's multi-use. That's why it's worth so much. Because you can serve meat and cheeses. What else is in here that I want? Another... Oh, dude. Breaking into this house was a great idea. I've collected a lot of loot in here. Cooking fire. Jesus of Tamriel. I'm not going to read that right now. Not immediately plot relevant. Ooh, I'll take a creepy monkey puppet. This hideous grimacing puppet is likely used to scold misbehaving children. The brass castanets could be resold. Bread of the Bondari peddlers. Devilish cat people. Okay, I don't consider that currently. I'm not going to read that right now. Now here's the problem I have. Obviously I have a 53 gold bounty. The guards catch me, they're going to take all my cool stolen shit. So, I need to get to there. The Outlaws Refuge. It's very close. I need to get there without getting spotted by a guard. Hopefully when I walk out this door, there's not going to be a guard, like, right there.
A crate full of bones, a shriveled up heart, and a knife under his bed?
There's a guard.
Eight's mercy. What's he doing with all that?
Wouldn't say. Just told me I'd find out soon enough, and scampered out like a dark-tailed skeever. Kids, am I right?
Wonder if that has something to do with Dark Brotherhood. Okay, let's stay the fuck away from guards. There's no guards patrolling back here randomly. Problem is, there's this giant ass wall between me and where I need to go. And there's probably guards at any gate to said wall. There's a guard. I might be able to sneak behind him. Oh, this is a terrible fucking idea. Let's go the other way and see what we can find. I feel like I should murder more people. Now that I've started murdering people, I should just murder everybody I see. Okay, we're keeping our eye out for any additional guards. There's a guard. Oh fuck, there's a guard. I don't know if I can get... I can probably slip past this one. Yeah, okay, good. But now I've got to look out for more guards on this side. There's one. No, that's not a guard. Where am I going? All the fucking way over there. Okay, still don't see any guards. I think I'm pretty much avoiding them. In this, the Outlaws Refuge is in the fucking big ass cathedral, the church. You'd think there'd be a guard out in front of this church. Yes, 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 here it is. Alright. We made it. We didn't get caught. That's what I like. Every town needs a safe refuge for thieves and pickpockets, especially a town overrun by pirates. Sea rovers may make a living from something, but something else is the case, and something else as well, and period. And then we didn't get to read it because we read it fast enough. Made it to the Outlaws Refuge. Woo! This one seems cool. What's up, Ned Thurond?
No charge to have a look.
Wow, this is a cool fucking Outlaws Refuge. Hold on, what's over this way? I love how all the Outlaws Refuges are different. This one's quite large and labyrinthine. Because we're underneath the cathedral. What's up, Fence?
You want to succeed in this business? You learn which dogs to feed and which to beat.
This playthrough today seems unusually progressive. What do you mean, Explodex? I'm not quite sure in what sense you mean that. Alright, we're going to sell all this good stuff. Well, hold on. We're going to launder these lockpicks. I'm going to sell the rest of this stuff. We've sold 29 items to the Fence today. Quite a good day to be a thief. And
What junk have you brought me?
let's hold off on clearing that bounty until we've explored the whole refuge here. If there's other people to talk to, I want to talk to them before we... I love this Outlaws Refuge. I love the irony of it being right under the church. Like, the church, that's where the real outlaws are.
I thought Fortunata would help restore my family's honor. Didn't realize she cared more for coin than reputation. Though I have neither these days. Rotten luck at the arena.
The arena?
I thought Fortunata would...
Cool. You know there's a lot of murderers in here.
Watch where you step. I haven't finished mopping.
Oh yeah, quests are getting done. I'm not just spending the whole time crossing a bridge. Not today. Not today.
Despite what the town criers said, I didn't intend to poison my neighbor's children. Those cats of hers would not stop yowling. A plate of poisoned kippers was enough to do the trick. Children should know not to eat strange food from the ground.
You know, that feeling when you accidentally poison your neighbor's children.
I have never been accused of illicit activity in my life, yet that horrid chanter claimed I was part of the Dark Brotherhood. It's all just a ploy to claim my holdings for the Cathedral of Akatosh. Everyone knows. I have never, despite what the town...
Alright, good times. Good times. I feel like I'm among my people. Rats. There's a dog. Obviously I'm not going to kill the dog because I'm not a fucking monster. I'll murder people. Here's the deal. Josiah's kid show. Here's the deal, kids. If you have to murder something, you should probably just make it a human. Because if you have the choice between killing a dog and killing a human, it should definitely be a human. Because dogs haven't done anything wrong. Well, some dogs are assholes. But the only reason they're assholes is because they've been bred and trained to be by humans. Dogs are loyal friends to the human race. Dogs love us and want to help us out. Whereas any given human you murder, sure, they might be a nice person or whatever, but they've probably done some shit that's dickish in their life, so really they probably deserve it. Odds are good. But the dog doesn't deserve it. That's all I'm saying.
Anything I can do for you?
Sure. You could sell me a nothing. You could sell me a nothing. You could buy my nothing. What do we have here? Anvil Lighthouse report. Especially in games. I can't stand the idea of needlessly killing animals. Bambi's mother still makes me sad, but humans may be justified. Yeah, maybe justified. I mean, I'm not saying there's never any reason for any human to ever kill any animal. I'm just saying you shouldn't kill an animal without a really good reason, especially not a dog. Cats, not a big fan of cats. I mean, I'm not actually condoning that people go out and just murder cats for no reason, but if you had to kill a cat or a dog, definitely the cat. You can kill anyone you want and just come here and clear your bounty as long as you can make it here. Yeah, well, I don't even have to clear my bounty. I could just sit here for an hour or an hour and a half or however long it takes for that bounty to go away. And it'll just go away on its own. I could just log off and play a different character, and when I came back to this character later, my bounty would be gone, but... Alright, let's read this, because it's relevant to the area. M. I have concerns about the new lighthouse keeper. With the distribution of a reasonable amount of gold, her husband was willing to look the other way. But ever since his death, his wife has proved unwilling to come to terms. Every approach has been rebuffed, and she bars the doors to all but the people she knows. If we can't work with her, she needs to be replaced. The sermonizers keep yammering about the Dark Brotherhood. If they're truly around, we should see if they're taking contracts. Why waste a boarding action on a merchant flotilla when fog and the shallows can do the work for you? I wonder who M is. I wonder who X is. Maybe we'll find out. Wow, that guy looks like a straight-up ninja.
How may I serve?
You can't. Okay. So... we murdered somebody. I'm feeling good about... oh, we're not talking to Quen. Quen is who starts the Thieves Guild quest line, and we're not doing that now. Also, I hate that name because it reminds me of the long-running joke of Saito and Nox and Jen and everybody else about Quen. If you don't know the fucking Quen joke, here's what it is. For some reason, I choose not to use the sign Quen in the Witcher games. I don't use it at all. Like, literally never. Oh, it's another letter. And they've been making fun of me about this for a long time now. And then they just use the word Quen all the time. Oh, I'm gonna name this thing Quen, or they make puns with the word with Quen inside of other words, and because they think it's like this whole hilarious running joke thing, but it's not really that hilarious. What is this about? Do I want to read this? I don't think so. This doesn't look super relevant right now. If I want to read it later, I can, because all of my books are stored here in this thing called Librarian. It's one of my mods. And I even have them, it shows which ones I've read and which ones I haven't. Like, I have to mark it as read. I haven't marked it as read, so I can look back in here and be like, let's read that Wolf and the Dragon again. Now. It seems like we should, or something.
When accounts lay fallow for decades, there's no harm in skimming. If only the bank and Kvatch agreed.
No, I've never met Saito in real life. He is one of my longest running viewers on Twitch, though. And YouTube. Not quite as long running as Nox Moo. Nox and Boss Pie were like... well, actually, they're not even as long running as Anonymous. Anonymous is probably my longest running viewer ever. Come to think of it. There's no harm in skimming if only the bank and Kvatch agreed.
I'll have no trouble. The Red Sail's guaranteed a safe haven to do business.
The Red Sails must be the pirates that run this place.
I'll have no trouble.
I don't need to do anything with the bank right now, I don't think. What I do need to do... there was a long period, Explodax, when I was streaming and basically nobody watched me. I mean, somebody might stop by once in a while, But I didn't have any regular viewers that were here almost all the time. And there were times when I streamed for hours and hours without a single person watching, which sucked. So then once I did start getting a few people that were regular viewers, it was really cool. Like Scum Save, I've seen Scum Save lots of times. Alright, let's read the letter to Sibylline Elve. Oh, this is Sibylline Elve. So this is a letter to the moneylender. Let's see what kind of plot details we can dig up here. M. Is it the same M from the other letter? We don't know. Sibylline, my dear friend. Did you misplace my previous letters? No matter, I shall reiterate. The Scribonias were once the most powerful family of the Gold Coast. Our ancestral home was the talk of every quarter in the imperial city. Many an emperor visited our state and rode through our lush and unspoiled lands. Our loyalty to imperial rule was never questioned. When my mother threw in her lot with Varen Aquilarios, she did so absolutely. The very stone of our own estate helped form Varen's wall. But as Varen's fortunes fell, so did those of the Scribonians. We find ourselves with little gold to our name. As you well know, gold must be spent to acquire more gold. A simple loan of 50,000... 50,000! Just drop us 50 G's real quick, no problem. I wish I had 50,000. A simple loan of 50,000 crowns would do well to restore us to our rightful place, and you are the moneylender upon whom I count to do so. I eagerly await your response. Your dear friend... Yeah, dear friend when you want money from her. Maluz Scribonia. It is true I've spent much time at the arena in Kvatch. Did we meet this woman and talk to her? Somebody we'd met talked about being poor because of the arena. I assure you this is entirely for the thrill of the sport and has nothing to do with the gambling. So see, this is written to somebody named M. Which is interesting. Also, I feel like I should probably read this now because... See, this Varen Aquilarios was mentioned in that letter. I should probably read this, but it's going to be on our next episode. Let me just look around in here a tiny bit more. See, look how much my bounty has dropped. That's why I didn't pay it right away. Because I knew that if I waited a little bit, it would be cheaper. Guild Trader. These people don't want to talk to me. I want to know who I was talking to about the arena. That is her! Why is she standing on this weird little island in the middle of the water by herself? That is her, the one who just wrote that letter.
I thought Fortunata would help restore my family's honor. Didn't realize she cared more for coin than reputation. Though I have neither these days. Rotten luck at the arena.
Dude, if she's supposed to be from some super rich, noble family that's all important and shit, look at the clothes she's wearing. All this ripped up slave shirt. So they really are in dire times. If she's all dirty and stuff. Yeah, that sucks to be you, I guess. Alright, in our next episode, we will read that book. And then what we'll do is we will... what we will do is we will come over here, we'll talk to this guy and pay off our bounty. If you're watching the stream, don't go anywhere, because I'm not done playing. If, however, you are watching on YouTube, this episode is now over. So thank you for watching. This has been...
More laundering. We both have a quota, so stop wasting my time.
Anytime you're done, Ms. W. Anytime you're done. Are you done now? Can I do my thing? That'd be great. Thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays The Elder Scrolls Online Dark Brotherhood DLC.